Hi, I'm here. Sorry to be late this morning, everybody. It's been a long weekend, but a good weekend, and I hope you're doing okay wherever you are. It's Uncle Bruce here. Stock Markets with Bruce, finally on the air. It is Monday, February the 5th, 2024. This is the channel where I do my best to explain what's going on in the stock market in plain English, if that's in any way possible. So far this morning, we have a negative bias to the opening. We're down about 108 on the Dow pre-market, 12 points lower on S&P and 19 points lower on NASDAQ. But if you look at the percentages, this is a nothing burger, a 0.1% drop on the NASDAQ. That's nothing. Quarter point on S&P and a quarter point on the Dow. Oil, however, off right now 23 cents, was down about $1 a barrel half an hour ago. 72.05 right now is West Texas oil. It was down to 71.50, something like that, 71.30 even. Hanging on, interesting. With all the activity in the Middle East, oil is not going anywhere. And the answer for that is simple. We don't need as much oil from OPEC as we used to need from OPEC. That's it right there. Regions of the world that are producing more oil now than, say, 2 years ago, Guyana in South America, which is creating problems with Venezuela, which is a basket case economically. Venezuela itself actually is producing oil because the United States is letting it. Mexico, producing more. The United States, record production. Never produced, the United States is producing 13.5 million barrels a day, record number. And of course, Canada, 4-point-something million barrels a day, and Canada is about to add oil to the market because the Trans Mountain twinning of its pipeline is about to be completed. It's like any day now. And that's another, I think it's going to add 400,000 or 500,000 barrels a day to Canada's production. Making Canada richer as a country, making Alberta a province much richer, because this adds up to billions of dollars for the government coffers of Alberta and of Canada. I mean, tens of billions for Canada. As much as you hate oil, environmentalists, as much as you despise that commodity, it's what makes the world go around, actually, and funds a big chunk of Canada's budget and Alberta's budget and other provinces. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk to you today about what is happening out here. I put up a video yesterday that took me 2 days to complete. Although I will say, I made the video by sitting in front of my computer like I do here, and I talked for, I don't know, what was it, 35 minutes or something like that, which I'm able to do unbelievably. And I created a video yesterday about a company called Rocket Lab, which we follow around here, have been following around here for quite some time. Rocket Lab went public in 2021. It was a SPAC, the company Rocket Lab, launching low Earth satellites into orbit. They were around since 2006, and in 2011, they took over a public company called a SPAC, which was known as a SPAC, merged themselves into it and took it over, and now renamed the public company Rocket Lab. And so Rocket Lab is trading as a public corporation. And they were funded with a bunch of money, and they went into, continued to go into the business they were into, which is building rockets and satellites, launching them into low Earth orbits. They do this from several locations in the world, and they were signing up at that time. I remember in 2021, they had something like $100 million of orders on their books to launch satellites into space. 100 million, 2021. Now it's over $1 billion, I'm sure, and it's going to be billions because they are signing up contracts all over the place. These guys are really busy, successful, growing. They took over the assets of a company called Virgin Orbit, which was a satellite launching company that went under about a year and a bit ago. And Rocket Lab was probably the only buyer of all of Virgin Orbit's equipment, tools, rocket building equipment, kind of specialized stuff. These guys bought it for 10 cents on the dollar. So the losers of Virgin Orbit turned Rocket Lab into big winners because they got themselves, I think, $600 or $700 million worth of equipment for 50 million bucks or 60 million bucks, like 10 cents on the dollar, maybe. Way to go, Rocket Lab. Smart people. The spoils go to the winners and survivors, and Rocket Lab is growing and expanding and winning. Now, Rocket Lab's cash flow is improving dramatically. Sales are rising. Their losses, are now really coming down. They're about to break even. They're about to start making money launching rockets. It's just a matter of getting through the initial buildup of the company's equipment and plant and expertise. And then as every rocket is built and manufactured, assembled, and launched, it's cheaper to do each one going forward. It's kind of like Tesla. You build one electric car, it's $1 billion. You build 10 electric cars, well, they're 80 million a piece. So you build 1,000 of them, well, they're down to $1 million a piece. You build 1 million Tesla, we can make them for 30,000 a piece and sell them for 60. Yeah, but that's what happens with rocket. A Rocket Lab is building rockets that are now costing way less per rocket, and every time they launch, they start making money, and so they're going to make a lot of money because their order book is massive. You want to launch a low Earth orbit satellite, you can't launch one. You can't do that. You want to be in the satellite transmission business. Your government needs to be in touch with its servers around the world instantaneously. You're a corporation. Your Visa, your MasterCard, your American Express, you need to be in touch with your credit cards wherever they are all the time, and headquarters, so that credit cards are not declined, are approved, and customers can make payments and take cash advances, and on it goes. Well, you have to now launch a string of satellites, low Earth orbit satellites, around the Earth in like a pearl, like a long necklace, a pearl necklace. And so rockets go up and pop off these satellites, and you launch a bunch of them, and after a few launches, you've got your string pearl of satellites circling the Earth constantly, and now your servers on the ground can shoot up and down the messages all around the world to your satellite. There's your little lesson on satellite technology today. It's not what I want to talk to you about, except I have to give you an overview of what the hell I'm doing here. Rocket Lab is going to be very successful. Okay, great, Bruce. So what? Well, here's the thing, okay? Here's a dumb guy question, all right? I'm asking myself over the weekend this very simple dumb guy question. Just like the movie A Few Good Men, when Tom Cruise asks Jack Nicholson if Santiago wasn't to be touched. You said that Santiago was not to be touched. Why were you removing him from the island the next morning? You said he wasn't to be touched. You're the colonel. You said he wasn't to be touched. Why is he in danger? And I'm asking you, why is Rocket Lab, a stock that was $5 a share last week, now $4 a share this week, surprise, down $1 a share on Thursday morning? Why is Wall Street raising money for a company that has its shares just dumped down to $4 a share? And the company was going to raise $275 million. That was the first thought. And now they've upped it to $300 million. And with broker options, it's a $355 million financing of a $4 stock of a company that doesn't make money. Why would Wall Street want to get involved? Makes no sense. Wall Street doesn't get involved in companies that are, this one is $1.9 billion market cap. It's not even a $2 billion market cap at $4 a share. If these guys were to double their price, they'd be a $4 billion market cap, maybe. Why would Wall Street want to get involved with a $355 million financing with a whole bunch of institutional investors who wanted more than what these guys wanted to raise? They upped the number because of demand. Why? This makes no sense. We keep being told all the time. If you read Wall Street Journal articles and other articles, you keep seeing articles all the time about what garbage SPACs were. SPAC stocks that were issued 2-3 years ago are garbage. One of Trump's own SPACs. Trump is trying to launch a media company through a SPAC. SPACs are garbage, they say. Now, some SPACs do very well, like Trump's. They're going up on hopes, wishes, dreams, and aspirations. Rocket Lab came out at $10 a share, just like any other SPAC, and now they're $4.02 as I speak. Well, let me tell you what. You might have heard of a company called Uber, the rideshare company. Uber is a company that I think has a market cap of something like $140 billion. Stock's trading at $68 a share. And Uber last November did a financing that mirrors the financing that Rocket Lab is trying to do. And I thought, well, this is interesting. What am I talking about? Well, what I'm saying to you here is this. At Uber, they have $11 billion in debt in bond issuances that they've done over the years. And they went ahead to try to raise money on a bond offering. And initially, I think they were after 1.2 billion and they settled in at 1.7 billion. It was upped as well. And in the financing arrangement, Uber had to pay interest on this money of 0.875%, 7/8% interest. That's all Uber had to pay for almost $2 billion. Now, what banker do you know? What investor do you know? Pension fund, hedge fund, mutual fund, ETF, you name them. Who in their right mind would offer Uber, which, by the way, the stock was around $40 a share at the time, who would offer these guys financing at 7/8% when you can take that $2 billion and put it into U.S. Treasury bills and get 4.1% from the U.S. government? Who would give money to Uber for 1/4 of that? Less than 1/4 of that. Everybody. The answer was everybody. And why is that? Because there was a clause in the deal that discussed a little financial derivative that was created called a capped call transaction. What the hell is that? It's like an insurance policy. It's like an option. It's a call option for stock. It's a call option that allows the company, Uber, to acquire its own shares from the seller of the option. Whoever's written the option, they can call shares from that seller for a set price for a set period of time under set conditions. Now, if you watch me all the time and you found me, and I don't know how you found me, but you found me, and you've been told, oh, you got to watch this guy. This guy talks about how to write options on stocks. And you can make money on these options because you sell the option for this price and then it depreciates as it comes near expiration and you buy it back for way down here. And the difference between what you sold it for and what you buy it for is your profit. This guy, Uncle Bruce, talks about this all the time, writing options. And here I'm watching Uber buy an option on their own stock, which I can't figure this out. How can a public company buy an option on their own stock? And the writer of the option is saying, not only will I give you the option, I'll give you the ability to buy stock from me, your own stock from me. I'll give you 5 years to do it. The length of the financing deal I just put together, I'll give you 5 years. Anytime between now and 5 years from now, you can exercise your option and you can buy these shares. And why would the public company do it? Because for the $1.7 billion they just collected, they have a deal with their investors, these institutions, where they're saying to them, we'll swap the debt with you guys for stock in the company. And we'll do it at, I think in this case it was $72 a share, something like that. We'll do it at $72 a share. And these investors are going, well, that sounds great, but your stock's 40, 45 a share. I mean, what do you do? And the company's going, not to worry. This is a 5-year deal. Anytime between now and 5-year deals, a year, 5 years, and our stock goes back up there, you can have stock at $72 odd. As a matter of fact, in the deal itself, you have to accept the stock. You must take it. But we can't make you take it unless the stock's trading at over $92 a share. So if it trades over 90 something for 30 consecutive days, then only then can we tell you you must take our stock at 70 something a share. I'm giving you some rough numbers because I don't remember the exact figures. It doesn't matter. The point of the matter is this. Wall Street and its pals and these institutional investors were lined up at the door and offered Uber all you want. How much money do you want? At 0.87% interest while this deal is ongoing. We'll wait. We'll take nothing in interest. I mean, nothing. We'll lose money because inflation is 3, 4, 5, 6%. We could get 4% from the U.S. government. We are losing money giving you this money, but we'll take the stock because you're motivated. You, Uber, the brokerage firm, you're motivated that the shares go up in price. Because if the shares go up in price, the call option that Uber has goes up in value. Like any other call option, it would go up in value. You break the $70-odd level, and that call option is in the money. Now that call option is in the money. And every dollar the stock goes up past 70, 72 bucks, that call option is more in the money. And I contend, my friends, that when the shares hit $90-odd a share, and they will, the brokerage firms out there who represent all these clients are going to bring out analyst reports, buy recommendations, higher target prices. What a miracle. Wow. Whoever thought of that? Higher estimated revenue numbers, higher estimated target prices for the stocks. The game plan for Uber was to take $1 billion of that money and knock off a bond that they took out years ago for 7.5% interest. They paid that bond off. They replaced a 7.5% interest bond with a 0.87% interest bond. All right? There's 6.75% interest cheaper on $1 billion. That means they're not paying $63 million a year in interest anymore, or roughly $65 million. Divide that by 12. That's over $5 million a month that Uber doesn't pay in interest payments. Every quarter, $15 million in lower expenses, which means potential higher profit. Just on a rearrangement of their debt. Do staff cuts, do arrangements here and there. Their numbers are going up. The stock's 68 now. Since November, it's now $68 a share. The street is sitting there going, oh yeah, this stock's going to go to 90. Yeah, you bet your butt's going to 90 and plus, because at that point in time, at that price, the call option is so valuable that Uber is going to cash in their call option. They're going to cash it out with their broker, and they and their broker are going to make a deal. They're going to be up a ton of money, like a couple $1 billion on this deal. The broker will pay them off in cash and stock because the broker will give them enough shares of the stock, Uber, so that they can go to their creditors and say, here's your stock at 70-odd something a share. We don't owe you $1.7 billion anymore. And these guys are going, great, thank you. 72 stocks trading at 95. Yay. And the broker is going to be happy with this deal because their clients are happy with the deal. The public's company is happy with the deal. The market is happy with this deal. Why? Because Uber did not print a single share certificate to pay off a $1.7 billion loan. The stock came from the street of where it is free trading, from free trading stock. Because the minute that this deal was announced in the 40s, the broker started buying the stock. How do you think it got to 68? They bought all the paper, knowing they have it sold at 70 something already. So they bought up the paper in the 40s and the 50s, and they acquired hundreds of millions of shares. And they have the paper in their hot little hand, ready to go to sell to Uber, which Uber will pay for because of the value of the market itself. And away we go. Okay, so now Rocket Lab. Let's go to Rocket Lab. Here we go. The stock was at $5-something a share last week. Wednesday night, they announced a pre-release of their fourth quarter financials. A very unusual press release. Why would any public company do that? Especially Rocket Lab. Did you make $100 million surprise profit on something? No, they just came out with, well, we're supposed to make between 62 and 68 million in sales. We're somewhere in there. Last year at the fourth quarter, we did 61 million in sales. They come with a wishy-washy announcement that nobody could figure out what the hell was going on Wednesday night. But Thursday morning, the stock opens up at $4 a share, with another press release. We are going to raise $275 million on a bond offering. And the market went, oh, God, no, they're in trouble. That's why they came out with their financials on Wednesday, because they need to raise $275 million. They're going broke. They're going to get delisted. It's the end of the world. And then I'm reading that there's a capped call transaction in this deal. And by Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, there's another press release. We've upped the offering. We're now upping it to $300 million with a $55 million offering on top of that for the broker option. It's a $355 million financing deal for Rocket Lab because the demand is so high for this deal. And the capped call transaction that's built into this deal is at $5.13 a share. The lenders will get the stock at $5.13 a share, and the top price that the deal can go for is $8.04. And at $8.04 a share, Rocket Lab makes so much money on their call option that they bought that it'll pay for the entire issuance of $355 million of the stock at $5.13 a share, and will afford them enough money to pay back for their cost of the contract, which is $36.5 million. First year of interest, $15 million, or all 5 years of interest at $15 million a year if it takes 5 years, but it won't take 5 years. And everybody's happy. Watch for Rocket Lab to start getting analyst buy recommendations with target prices of, I don't know, $8 to $10 a share, maybe. Yeah. Now, why is the stock at 402 right now? I'm telling you all this story about this info on Rocket Lab, and the stock's at 402 a share. Don't you think, with this knowledge of a capped call transaction, there'd be so much buying coming into Rocket Lab that the stock would go up? Don't you think? It's traded 151,000 this morning. Well, I'll tell you why it won't go up today at all. Because this financing deal officially closes tomorrow. We have 24 hours. Then this deal is done. Then it's all cooked. It's all booked. It's all written out. It's all cashed in. And now the lid will be taken off the 402 level, and the stock can do whatever it wants, which, of course, means it only will go one direction. It'll go right back to $5 where it was last Wednesday afternoon. It'll go back to there. Then it is free to go to the 657 level, which is this 30% premium price that the stock must get to before the 513 price can be imposed. And it can go from there to $8+. Does it happen in 3 days? No. Could it happen in a week? Yeah. I would say that in the first week of time, to see the stock go back to the 5.25 level will be a nothing burger. In the next couple of weeks, to see the stock reach that $556 level would be a nothing burger. And a few weeks after that, $657 would not be a big stretch, because I think the actual financials will come out. The company will be releasing press releases about the fact that they got this money. They're cash rich. They're going to have over $550 million cash in the bank. They're going to announce new contracts. I have a suspicion they're in the middle of discussions of new space launch contracts with NASA and the U.S. Weather Service and the European Space Agency and the so-and-so Space Agency and the These are all coming out. They're all going to come out in the next 3-4 months. And 3-4 months from now, Rocket Lab will say, we have $2.5 billion in orders of rockets and satellites to put up there. We can't launch them fast enough, no matter how much money we raise. We keep getting more orders for our product than we can launch into space. But it's all good, because every launch we do now is profitable. And so I'm sitting here going, I think I should tell you guys about this deal, because I think that what you could do is, one, just buy the stock at 401, 402 a share, because the stock isn't going anywhere. You're buying it from the broker who's shorting it. Believe me, it's being capped here for now. Any stock under $4 is bought by the broker. And they bought on Thursday, the trading on Thursday, 61.5 million shares traded on Thursday. Wednesday, the day before, when it was $5 a share, 5.7 million traded. That's a normal day. Thursday, 61 million. Friday, 47 million shares traded. That's 110 million roughly in 2 days that have already traded. The 70 million shares that the broker needs to honor the contract at 513, they've already got the stock. That's where the 110 million trading came from. Panicked investors were dumping Rocket Lab on Thursday and Friday, thinking the world was coming to an end, not understanding the fact that there's a cap call transaction in place and the broker needs cheap stock, and they got it. They're going to keep buying this stock. They're going to buy it until they have double the stock they need, I think. They're going to buy up 140 million shares because I think that the call option could be worth a 140 million share buy order for Rocket Lab, where Rocket Lab will only buy half of it, which is $355 million worth at 513, and the other half they'll just take cash for that, which will cover their costs to do this whole deal. This is my hunch. There's a profit of $289 a share in the deal for Rocket Lab on their contract, less the cost of the contract, and it'll be somewhere in that range. That's how the numbers work out. So for you guys, you can buy the stock at $4. If it goes to $5, you'll go, oh, I'm up $1 a share. Thank you very much. I'll get out. Yeah, you could do that. You could also go, well, wait a minute. This stock has to go to 657 in order for this trigger to go through at 513. In order for the institutions to get their stock, the stock has to trade at 657 for at least 30 days. Why don't I wait till it gets to 650? I'll make $250 a share, you say. That's 60% on your money. You could do that. But on the other hand, you'll go, wait a minute, Bruce. The stock has to go to 804. Because at 804, this entire deal is financed, fully financed, and everybody comes out smelling like a rose. Why don't I wait for that? That lets me double my money. Now, the other way you can play this game is you can say, I don't want to buy the stock. I'll do it this way. I'll write a cash secured put. That's what Bruce talks about all the time here, writing put contracts, writing call contracts, doing credit spreads. Why don't I write a cash secured put on Rocket Lab? I could go all the way out to January 2026, and I could write a $5 cash secured put for January 2026, where I say to the world, I'll buy your Rocket Lab from you at $5 a share. All the way till January 2026. You want to sell to me? I'll buy it off you for $5. But you got to give me $2 right now. Because that was the last price on Friday. It was about $2 a share, $2 a contract. So you put up $500 in cash or collateral to write a put contract and get paid $200 in cash. And that comes into your account right now. You can do whatever you want with it. Now, if you got $5,000, you can write 10 of these puts and get $2,000 in cash. Do whatever you want with it. It's 40% on your money. You could just do this. I'm going to wait till January 2026. You're saying you're not going to have to wait that long. But you could. On the other hand, you might say, well, Bruce, I like this game. I got $5,000 here. I got $2,000 here. This $2,000, I can do whatever I want with it. I'm going to buy the stock with that money. I'm going to buy the shares at $4 a share with the $2,000. I'm going to get 500 shares. So I wrote 10 put contracts, got $2,000, turned it into 500 shares. So now I'm short the 10 puts. If the stock goes up, the put values go down, I make money. And I'm long the stock goes up, I'm making money. The stock goes back to $5. The put contract is essentially worthless. It has no book value. Right now it has a $1 book value because the stock's at 4. The put is at 5. And then there's a $1 time value on it because it's good till 2026. But if the stock goes to $5, the put has no value, only time value. It'll be trading at $1.20 or something like that. And every month it'll depreciate because time will run out. But if the stock goes to 6, because it has to go to 657, if it gets to 6, this put contract's $1 out of the money. That contract will be 85 cents. What if the stock goes to 8, where it ultimately needs to get to? And that takes 6 months from now. Just say it does. 6 months from now, stock's $8 a share. What is the $5 cash secured put going to be trading at? It's 3 out of the money. It lost 6 months of its 23-month lifespan. It's a 65-cent contract. You can buy it back anytime you want. And if you did buy it back for 65 cents, you did 10 of them, it's going to cost you $650 to buy back a $2,000 bill you got. Oh, and by the way, those 500 shares you got at 4, they're now at 8. You've doubled your money on the stock. You sell the stock, bring in $4,000 there. You took your 2 and turned it into 4, gave 650 back to the option market. You made 1350 there. You're a happy camper. And this deal is in the books. I think this is a done deal. So it's up to you whether you want to be part of this deal or not. Now, look, on Uber, you can play Uber too, you know. The Uber game isn't over. The Uber deal was done in November, and it was done in the 40s. And you can go into Uber's press releases, and you'll find that structured deal, and you'll find all the numbers of that structured deal, and you'll go, well, stock's saying $68. Why don't I just write a cash secured put on Uber for 70 or 65 and take cash and write that out for like a year, and if the stock reaches 90, the put's worthless. I mean, the higher its stock goes from here, it's worthless. They can't exercise the stock in the 70s unless it reaches the 90s. So, hey, this is a win-win. Yeah, that's on a much more expensive stock. Rocket Lab. We like Rocket Lab around here. I would love to see this deal happen on SoFi, by the way. That's the next capped call transaction financing I'd like to see announced to the world. SoFi raising $2.5 billion in cash. That's what I would love to see. And if that deal was done where the institutions get stock at $12.50 a share, but they have to trade at $16 before you can get them at $12.50 a share, and it caps out at $22 a share, maybe caps out at $25 a share. Perfect. Give me that deal all day long. All day long. Mortgage the house on that one. Oh my God, would that be something else? Wouldn't it be wonderful if SoFi had to acquire 200 million shares off the open market of stock to deliver on that deal? That would take SoFi's free trading shares down by more than a quarter. You think the shorters of SoFi would panic? Yeah, I would say they would panic. By the way, on the Rocket Lab, okay, just to give you this number, just give you a little clarity, there's 294 million traded, available to trade on Rocket Lab, just under 300 million free trading. The total number of shares existence, 485 million, about 300 million trade. But 70 million of those 300 million are going to disappear off the market because they're going to be handed over to institutional investors who I don't think are going to sell the stock. They're going to get them at 513 when the stock's trading at over 8, because that's where it ultimately has to go. And it'll go beyond that. And I don't think the institutions are going to sell the stock at 513. They're going to go, no, that's all right. $355 million of this stuff, we're happy to hold it because this thing's going to $12, $15 because of the results in the next year or so, 2 years. Anyway, so Rocket Lab actually is doing a stock buyback without buying back any stock. They're issuing $355 million in bonds. They're going to pay the bonds off with paper that they're not printing. They're buying paper off the street to do it with because of a capped call transaction. And so 70 million shares of free trading stock are not going to be free trading anymore. That brings us down to 224 million free trading shares. The bad news, and it's not bad news, but the reality is there's only 23 million shorted on Rocket Lab. That's all they're short. It's a small amount. It's 8% of the float. But 8% of the float is short, and now 70 million of the float is going to disappear. Quite interesting. Now on SoFi, if this were to happen on SoFi, oh my God! If this were to happen on SoFi, is the word I'd like to is the way I'd like to describe this deal. Oh my God! It could be unbelievable. Look, the deal on SoFi, if they were ever able to want to do a deal like this, and I think they could pull one off in a microsecond if they wanted to do it, they could take their free float from 886 million down to 650 million or 700 million shares real fast on a deal like this. They wouldn't have to worry about a rollback of stock to get it to go up. They wouldn't have to announce a buyback of stock to try to get it to go up. They wouldn't have to announce a dividend to try to get it to go up. They could just raise $2.5 billion on a senior deal. I bet you they'd get an interest rate of 1.25%. They could probably borrow it for 1.25%. And the investors would get stock of SoFi at, like I said, it could be arranged at 10, 12, 12.50 a share. Wouldn't surprise me. Where the stock has to trade at, say, 17.50 and ultimately go to $25. Yep, that I could see that happening. I could envision it, and I think the street would just gobble it up. But one step at a time. Today it's Rocket Lab. It's $3.99.5. It's $3.99.5 a share right now. It's being suppressed. It can't go over 402. It traded at 405 this morning. I'll admit that, but that was the people trading pre-market. This is not the real market. This sucker is going to be held down all day today. The deal closes tomorrow. Now, I suspect at the close of business tomorrow, the deal will be done. So that means all day today and all day tomorrow, Rocket Lab should be kept under 402 a share. Should be. That's the cap. My guess. Then we'll see what happens. Now, if the broker has acquired enough stock in these levels by this afternoon or by tomorrow, they could let the cap go. They could let this thing, let it run. Yeah, we got our paper. We got all the paper we need to conclude this entire deal under that cap call option transaction for the company. We're all set there. All we need now is the stock to go up. And if the buying keeps coming in like it's been doing, it'll trade like it trades. No stock for sale from the broker anymore. They lift the lid on it, and now it's free to run up again. And I can see the company coming up with an announcement on Wednesday morning saying, we closed the deal last night. It's all done. We've raised $355 million in cash. These are the terms and conditions. And if anyone takes the time to read the cap call transaction deal and they can understand it, they'll figure it out. It took me 2 days of research to get to this point, and that's where we're at. So welcome to the party, pals. Your buddy Uncle Bruce, hard at work on your behalf, trying to figure out how did this deal get done and why would Wall Street want in on this? This is a nothing company as far as those guys are concerned. They need to raise billions of dollars a week to pay their bills on Wall Street. This is a nothing burger deal, but it's a template. And I kind of wonder, boy, could we see dozens of these all year and next year come up? This should be fun. And like I said, I'd love to see one on SoFi. Maybe. Welcome, lame duck. Thumbs up number 1. Lorraine, how you doing? Richard is here. Hector's here. The Big E is here. I added 3,000 Rocket Lab, although the financials look a bit concerning where operational costs are high relative to revenue. Not to worry. Susan, number 11. Sammy, I'm number 13, like the 13th floor, baby. Viral Hog is here. New member of the channel. Viral, welcome, sir. I think you're a returning member. I suspect. Welcome back, and I'm glad you're here. Stephen is in the house. Amy in the house. Parker's here. How you doing, buddy? Hector, Alex, number 29, thumbs ups. Thank you. Honeybee, number 30. Ricardo, I got 100 of these. Let's go. Earl is here. It's up to you if you want to buy this. This market feels uncomfortably familiar. Melvin, hello. Welcome. Robert Mellon, thank you, my friend, for the thumbs up. Every day you are here. I love you. Corinne is here. Splair, I think I might grab this stuff. Robert, how's Auntie Jen doing? Fantastic. Really, really well. Good morning, Borough King Sound. Number 60 on the thumbs up right there. Giddy up, giddy up. Larry Titus, good morning, everybody. I hope you all had a great weekend. Conan, you're spitting facts. Cheddar Stacks, missed the way Bruce talks. Where is the premium on these Rocket Lab options? I scooped a bunch of shares in recent decline. Of course, you can't buy the call option that Rocket Lab got. That's a private arrangement, 5-year contract. That's a 5-year deal with one writer, but significant. $36.5 million cost to Rocket Lab. You think they're not serious? Oh, they're serious. That's a buy. That's a derivative, and that's what the derivative market's about here. Luca is in the house, number 77, thumbs up. Sell my house fast up in Marlboro. 78, Bruce, you're getting up there for thumbs ups. White Feather, good morning, hello. Milano, Ubi is here from Milano. Luca, where you at? Where you be from? Cheddar, hey, White Feather, just lurking around. You know me. Mandu number 5's number 85. Good day, good day, good day. JJ, all this talking about Capo Loco, Uncle Bruce, you're making me hungry. Conan, what kind of market cap would Rocket Lab need to be at $9 a share? Well, If it gets to 9, I mean, just double the price of the stock and add $1 or so. It's at 2 billion now. It'll be 4.5 billion. Chris, I think it'll be March, April, between 5 and 6. That's my guess here. Cheddar, things are great. Rebuilding my war chest, getting married, hoping everyone's making a lot of money. Been in and out of SoFi so many times, but used profits to pay off some debts. Rock and roll. Giddy up, everybody. Time's Up 23 is saying hi there. White Feather, good to hear, and congratulations on the wedding. Cheddar Stacks, thank you. Lorraine, number 95, thumbs up, Bruce. You are moving on the thumbs up meter. Chris Nyler, I think Rocket Lab will be 870, 930 this year. I wouldn't be surprised either. I would not be surprised. Hector, for this scenario to work, we have to watch Wall Street manipulate the market. Can they do that? Would they ever do something like that? Would Wall Street ever pull a stunt like not allow people to buy a stock so it will go down in price? Would they ever do something like that? Would they ever do a stunt like that, and then Congress would have a investigation and a public hearing, and serious jail time would be offered to those brokerage firms that would pull a stunt like that off? I wonder. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. That was one hell of a video yesterday, Bruce. Bobby, hey, Cheddar, Frugality or Frugal City. So it seems we can conclude from this deal that Rocket Lab management expects a high probability their stock is going to go much higher over the next several years, which was an easy bet before the deal. Yeah. And now we have Wall Street backing it. Yeah, that would be my contention, that I think Wall Street will now be very interested in the upward movement of Rocket Lab, and that I wouldn't be surprised if you were to see in the next few weeks a ton of analytical reports touting the virtues of one Rocket Lab. Touchgrass Bruce, thanks for figuring that one out. Cindy B, good morning. I'm number 103. Zach, I'm 107 on your thumbs up meter. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Beach Boy. So both SoFi and Rocket Lab are delisting now. Come on, Uncle Bruce. Ho, ho, ho. Cheddar, congrats, says Beach Boy. Alex, Uncle Bruce, I rolled my NVIDIA to 535, 550, 700, 715, expiring in July. Stock just keeps on running. Doesn't it, though? Isn't it something? The old NVIDIA is up again this morning, sitting right now at $683, up $21 a share. Just keeps on going. But my friend, you rolled and you roll and you roll and you roll. You just pull the string with the little piece of cheese on it. Keep pulling it. Yes, yes, yes. If in the next 2 days you have to roll again, you will roll again. You'll go to September. You'll go to October. Come and get me. Come on up here and enjoy the profit on those puts, because they're worthless. You may want to write closer in puts because you should get bigger premiums than what you're getting. But just saying, hey, comfy. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they start talking or taking market share from SpaceX, considering the G's souring towards Elon. Alex, I've got a stink bit in to open a small Rocket Lab position today. Hector, the top men for the SEC would be on that inquiry. Top men. Which men are that? The top men. That's right. Good morning, everybody from the Big T. How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the channel. My God, it's unbelievable what's going on, the shenanigans. And yet, here is a deal that is as legal as it gets, with lawyers all over it to cross the I's or dot the I's, cross the T's. Unbelievable. When I saw that Uber deal, I went, whoa. I went like, whoa. We're talking billions. We're not talking a couple of $1 million deal here, $355 million deal. We're talking a deal 5 times the size of Rocket Lab. Has already been done, is in the middle of being done. I'm going, whoa, if it's good enough for Uber and all those boys, that is a Wall Street backed company, if ever there was one. Yeah, Rocket Lab they did a good move here. I really like this. Dude, Alex, I have been adding put spreads on NVIDIA. Put spreads. If it's going to face a rip, I'll protect myself with an underside spread. Going to widen the spreads and roll myself this morning. Absolutely, and move up those puts, and keep, just follow it and bring in bigger premiums. Go further out in time and bring in credit. Yes, yes, yes. Comical name, yo. Robert Benson, 115, thumbs up. Savage of Wall Street, good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. I'm number 115 here. Hope everyone had a great week out there. JJ, Capicola, Copa, Capicola, I don't know what that means. CKT, 119 thumbs ups. Thank you all for being here this morning, hanging out with us, throwing the thumbs ups around, giving us a real shot at a nice little opening today for one the thumbs up meter. We love you. Welcome to the party, pal. 121 thumbs ups are in the house. We're heading over now to going members only commentary, because I'm going to forget if I don't. There's so much going on right now. Please become a member of this channel so that you can join the party here every morning at 8 o'clock, which is 30 minutes before this show starts. I do a trade alert show just for Gold Bagel members, and they were the first to get the heads up on this Rocket Lab story from me this morning. Anyway, every day I'm live twice a day, 8 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, and I invite you all to come on in, become a member. If you become a Gold Bagel member, you can become, like I said, you can join the Gold Bagel show, the alert show. You also can join me Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern time for Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce for just Gold Bagel members. From time to time, I'll do a trade tip, a video, which will be released only to Gold Bagel members. And you're welcome to join us anytime you like. We'd love to have you. We have more people who are Gold Bagel members of this channel than regular members of this channel. Regular membership is $10 a month. Gold Bagel is $25. YouTube gets the money, by the way. It doesn't come to me. It goes to YouTube. YouTube keeps 30% for themselves. That's what keeps me on the air. I get the rest. And that money for Auntie Jen and I keeps this channel economically viable. So thank you all for supporting this channel, becoming members of this channel. If you're a Gold Bagel member, we try to give you as much as we can to make it worth your while to spend $25 a month. If I can show you one tip, like Rocket Lab, if you could buy 100 shares of Rocket Lab and they go up $1 to $5 where they were a week ago, you'll make $100. Well, that's 4 months of Gold Bagel membership. So, you know, if you're going to write 10 put contracts on Rocket Lab and bring in $2,000, buy it back for $1,500, you clear $500. There's a whole year plus, a year and a half of being a member. Take my classes. If you want to know how to write options, head over to my website right here, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. I am from Canada. I'm right now in Palm Desert, California, enjoying the winter weather here. A little wet out, but here's my website. And there are 17 classes available on how to write options. Simple as that. And if you head over there, you could start with class number 1. It'd be my suggestion, but it's up to you. But here I am. There's the website right there. And if you hit the classes tab, it'll look like that. Attention students, classes in session. Just scroll down, and here they are. Number 1, number 2. The lessons are $150 each. They're 2 hours long, give or take. You can watch them as many times as you want. You can learn all of these different techniques on option writing, all the different tricks. You got to understand also that as you watch each lesson, we're adding and building on top of the lesson from before. So it's kind of like a soap opera. The story gets more and more complicated. Who's sleeping with who, you know? Whose baby is that really? Didn't you die 10 years ago and came back resurrected as something else? You know how soap operas are. Anyway, these classes here are adding on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. And you'll become schmata and a little more educated. You're going to figure out how options work, how they collapse, how they die, how they get created, why they exist, who trades them, how they trade them, how you're supposed to write one, how do you buy one back, what methods do you use, stink bids, stink offers, 90-10 rules, all kinds of other stuff in there. The psychology of the options market. You got to figure out the brain activity of your opponent in the options business. When you create a contract, you write or sell a new contract, someone's buying it. They're thinking the opposite of what you're thinking. You're thinking the option is way too expensive and it's going to come down in price. They're thinking you're an idiot. I'm going to buy this cheap option and I'm going to sell it for more. One of you has to be wrong. You're going to find out why you're probably right. Very high percentage of why you're more likely correct. 17 lessons. Take your time. It's not a race. This is a marathon. Learning how to become an option trader and an option writer is not a 5-minute quick study course. This is going to take some effort on your part. It's going to take some time. Good news is, as you take these classes, you'll start writing options. In effect, you're going to earn money on writing options while you're learning how to write options. It's earn while you learn if you want it to be. And so there you go. I'm not telling you got to buy all 17 up front, drop thousands of dollars of your hard-earned money on a class. You have no idea what it's about, what it looks like, how it works. You buy one lesson at a time. That's it. $150. And if that's too high a barrier for you to come into this, then walk away. Go somewhere else and play video games or go bowling or go to the pool hall and hustle somebody for some money. $150 is your entry to get into the first class and every class thereafter. And you can do it whenever you like. Whenever you can afford it, you'll buy another class and you'll learn. In the meantime, you can hang out here with this gang of regulars like Savage says, regulars, degenerates, and watch these kids and follow what we're doing and learn as you go and absorb this info from these folks here, these wonderful members. They talk amongst themselves while I'm yapping away. They ask me questions. Sometimes I get the question and someone else has answered it. There's also a Discord page. If you want to become a member of the Discord page, I would highly recommend you become a member of the channel. Send me an email and say, Bruce, Uncle Bruce, would you mind sending me information on how I can become a member of the Discord channel? There's my email address right there, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. This is all down below in the description. You'll see all the titles of the classes down below. You'll see the link to the website. You'll see my email. If you want to send me a generous PayPal donation, you can find the link down below and send me all kinds of money to say, Bruce, without you, I would never become a millionaire. Here's zillions of dollars. Thank you very much. Although some people say, here's $20. Thank you very much. Up to you. We take them all and we thank you. I want you to get rich. That's my game plan here, is if I can help you become more wealthy than you are now, that you were before you found me, I've done my job. There are YouTube channels out there who try to help you become more wealthy. Who doesn't? But I think if you learn how to write options, you have a pretty darn good chance of winning more often than losing. And I mean 80, 90% correct. You get to limit your losses. You get to limit how long you're exposed for in a position. You get to predetermine how much money you're going to make on a trade. And you have liquidity to get in and out anytime you want. Don't know how much easier it can get than that. You just need to know what it is you're doing with these options. What are these things and how they work? And if you're a male or a female or you're young or you're old, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There is no bias towards any one person or any one age or sex or anything. This is a wide open game, the option game. Every institutional entity in the world, and I mean the planet, they are in the options market. They're in the equity market, the options market, the bond market, the currency market, the futures market. They're all out there, but option trading is a huge business. $5 trillion of options are chaining hands all the time. Trillion. All I'm trying to do is find a way to show you how you can suck out some money from this options market into your pocket to take care of your expenses. And my goal is to ultimately get you to make $30,000 a month. And I know that for many of you, you look at that and go, that is impossible. I only make a couple of thousand a month working, or I only make $3,000 a month, make $5,000 a month, and I spend it all. I have nothing left over. There's no dang way that will ever happen. Famous last words of many of my viewers who have found out, oh my God, he's right. I can write options starting at one contract at a time and just slowly learn how this is done. And within 6 months, I'm writing 3 to 5 at a time. And 6 months later, I'm writing 10 to 15 at a time. I couldn't believe that a year ago I was writing one contract. Now I'm writing 15 contracts in one go. We've been at this now for 3 years. I started talking to my viewers January of 2021, and we started talking about writing options probably March and April of 2021. And here we are. There are viewers on this channel who are writing contracts 100 at a time, 200 at a time, 500 contracts at a time. Yeah, there's some serious money changing hands here, and it's really adding up. So whether you're a newbie, and I welcome you if you are, or whether you're a seasoned, grizzled veteran, I welcome you back. And it's great to have you all here. I'm 68 years old. I don't trade. I am a commentator. I sniff out stuff. I try to explain in plain English what the hell is going on. I'm the professor. I'm the guy who makes the classes. You can ask the prof with private emails. If you don't understand lesson number 5, you have a question about it, let me know. If you are trying to do a trade right now, or you want to do a rollover, or you're trying to figure out the logistics, you need a little bit of help, you send me a private email. Where else does that happen on YouTube? I don't know. I'm live every day, 2 hours a day on this program, 8:30 to 10:30 Eastern Time. The first hour of trading every day, I'm here with you. So welcome to the party, kids. I hope you guys get rich. Larry Titus is about to hit the bells. I think we're about to go. 17,000 shares here on Rocket Lab at 402, baby. Chris, thank you. Great info. Bring JJ good stuff from behind the counter. I think that's what we're trying to say here. Stinkers are in at 392. Savage sold some AI Feb 1625 cash secured puts in early January. I took in $1.75 for those, and now I can't decide if I should roll them to March for an extra $125 or just dare them to assign me. I still have all weekend next to decide what to do. Alex, dude, good thinking. I'll look into that. Maybe roll those puts at 6 on level 2. Earnings on the 21st. Sell the news, maybe. Who knows? Marcus, number 135. Good morning, Hector. Bowling or Uncle Bruce? One, become a member and buy all the lessons sooner rather than later, says one. There's some advice for you from a viewer. Splayer, well, for me, it took class number 2 to get started because it's about writing how the name says. There you go. Just took second class and he started writing. Dude, I'll be out before earnings for sure. Alex, adding to the untested side is one of my favorite moves for an underlying that's running. Brian, number 137, thumbs up. Good morning, Elbrus. Your video on Sunday was very well done, informative, and interesting. Pick Nose, hi-ho, neighbors. How you doing there, Pick Nose? Savage, Uncle Bruce's wife has a few hundred Rocket Lab, and she's thinking about buying more to average down from 8. I think it would be better to buy Matterport or SoFi. Am I wrong? Well, you can go either way, but I like Rocket Lab right now. I really like it. Larry, boom, the bells have been rung. We're open, baby. We're ready to trade. We're going to get this party started. Mandu number 5. Larry, thank you, my friend. Welcome all to the show. You guys have to decide what you want to buy and when you want to buy it. I just look at this Rocket Lab as a winner chicken dinner. I'm looking at that deal going, how does that not go up to $6, $7, $8? How does it not do that? And so at $3.99, 402, Bargoon City is what I say. But we'll have to see what happens. We're going to open this market up and see what it wants to do and where we're at. And let's see if we can get richer. Savage of Wall Street. SoFi is just not going anywhere. Is it too much against it, at least for the next 10 weeks? I don't know. I don't think that's the story, but think what you want. Richard Carlin. You gotta honor the Knights of Knee. Absolutely. Welcome to the party, pal. The market is down 169 points for the Dow to start the morning. It's about a third of a point. S&P is down 10 points. NASDAQ down 9. This is a nothing burger on these two markets. Oil is up 3 cents, trying to come up a little bit, but not much momentum there. 395.5 is the last trade on Rocket Lab. The volume to open the morning is 727,000. The last couple of days, we've had millions trade in the first few minutes. This should be most interesting. Is there any more stock coming in at these low prices, or will the broker have to step up and pay higher to get it? That will be the question. To me, I just think this is an absolute steal without any doubt whatsoever. I have 355 million reasons why I like this deal. 355 million reasons why I like Rocket Lab here at $3.97 a share. It's just unbelievable to me. Anyway, fun till Daddy takes the T-Bird away. AI is down 33 cents. So the spiders, SPYs are down 113. Qs are down 9. SoFi is down 23 cents at 765. Opening volume on SoFi this morning, 2.6 million, nothing much there. GameStop, 1451, down 22 on 120,000 shares. So we have a dip to start. Rocket Lab is now up a half a penny on 760,000 or so. I'm assuming that's accurate. Apple's up 160, Enphase down 460, AMD up $2, Adobe down 250 at the moment, Netflix up 750, Nvidia at $688 a share, up $27. Anybody writing put spreads on Nvidia has got to be going, I like this game. You write put contracts, you write a put and you buy a put. And you keep the credit, and you watch the stock go up $27 in one day, and you watch your contracts go, and the spread between the two evaporates. You close the position out, you take the money, and you then write another credit spread closer to the market. Follow along for profits. Stay in the pixie dust. Just follow the stock in the pixie dust and just get your share. Oh, it's easy money. If only you knew what a credit spread was. Well, maybe there's a class or two I've done about it, and you can join the party, pal. Why allow Hans Gruber and his pals to have all the fun at the party? Let's get Sergeant Powell in on the fun. Yeah, welcome to the party, pal. Tesla down $4, Matterport down 3 cents, Spires are down 9 cents, Smart Rent is up 2. We've got what else going on here? Unity down 29, Google up $2, Moderna down 280, Cisco down 29, Pfizer's off 18, IBM down 89 cents, HPQ off 21, Microsoft down 114. Amazon is down 240 a share, Home Depot down 460, Avanik is up $3, Goldman down 370, Boeing down 540, Facebook down 550, Target down 240, JP Morgan down 68 cents, Costco up 30 cents, Walmart down 64, Disney down 50 cents, American Airlines down 29, AMC at 388 a share, oops, DraftKings down 14, Royal Caribbean down 16 centinos. That is the story. I'm sticking to it. As to what the hey is happening. There is no dull moment here right now. Welcome all to the party, pals. I'm so glad to see you all here. It's great to have you. And I'm noticing here that Uber is at 68.34, up 27 cents. Should be interesting to watch how Uber performs over the next few weeks and months. I'm kind of curious just to see what Uber is going to do with their capped call transaction deal. That should be most entertaining. But, we'll see what happens. Kids, welcome to the Good Time Hour. What can I say? We've only just begun to party. Okay. Just updating my watch list here. 402.9 on Rocket Lab, up 5 cents now on 1.7 million. Again, I can't guarantee it'll be capped here. If the broker has got enough stock that they bought in the last 2 days, they can let it go and it can already run. But it's at 404 a share right now, up 6.5 cents. We've got GameStop down 49, SoFi down 26. The Dow is off about 142 points. The range on Rocket Lab 395 with a low, high of 404, now 401.1. So we're in this 402 neighborhood. Is what I figure we're going to be doing here. All right. Holy crap, NVIDIA, says Flint Creek. JR, good morning, Uncle Bruce. I'm the 150th thumbs up on your show today. Let's make some dough. Yes, sir. I think that's a damn good idea. Let's make some money. Let's see if you guys can get just a little richer than you were on Friday night, and go from there. 155 thumbs ups are now in the house. Thank you all for your support, and it's so appreciated. Great to have you here. What else is going on? I'm just following here all kinds of things at the same time, watching these markets. We've got, here we go, we've got a Rocket Lab now at 401, SoFi at 761, SoFi's low of the day, 761. That's right here at 4.1 million at the moment. GameStop 14.21, down 52 cents. Matterport down a nickel. 23andMe is unchanged here. 69.9. Spire down 17 cents. We got ATIP Physical Therapy 640 up 21. We have Smart Rent up 2 cents. Apple is now up 58 cents. Goldman down 441. Cisco down 24. Tesla down 480. Arc Innovations down 105. That's the Kathy Woods organization. Don't forget the thing about this Rocket Lab deal I've been talking to you about. The Kathy Woods people on Thursday, the day they announced the deal, Kathy Woods bought $4.7 million of Rocket Lab stock into 2 of her funds. I don't know how many shares she already has, but she added another batch of stock at about $4 a piece was her average. Smart money moving in there. I have a suspicion she kind of smells what's coming up here. She knows. My hunch, just saying. Back to the list here. Pfizer down 22, HPQ down 32, Google is up 234, Amazon down 292, Nvidia is up 2440 to 685. Unity down 74, AI is down 49 cents, Adobe down 312. Netflix up 950. The Spiders are down 135. The Qs are down 35 cents. IBM down 82 cents. Meta, which is Facebook, down 975. Vanik Semiconductors, SMH up 291. Home Depot down 350. Enphase down 650. Palantir up 33 cents. And Uber is up 22 cents to 68. Now 68.41, up 34 cents on Uber. The 52-week high on Uber, 68.42. That's where we are right now. The 52-week high on Uber, the firm that did that capped call transaction in November, is at its high of the year right now. And the Dow is off 157. Okay. I wonder if somebody knows something about the upside of that stock. If anybody has an idea, I wonder what's going on over there. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Aspire, GMR inviting me to buy back another call, but no, if it's possible, 410, and maybe I'll buy 100 Rocket Lab. GameStop says, it's GameStop inviting me to buy back another call. There you go. Rock and roll, buddy. Rock and roll. We're down 162 on the Dow Jones. We've got the S&P down 13. We got Nasdaq down 31. Oil negative now, 9 cents a barrel. All right. 397 on Rocket Lab last trade, $3.97. 2 million now have traded. A typical day of Rocket Lab before this deal was announced was 5 odd million a day ish. About 5 million a day ish. It's a 2 million in 11 minutes. Okay, so there's more activity than normal, of course. Uber up 9, 68.16. The only green stock I got on my board here for the first 10 stocks I'm following. It's the only one that's green. Very interesting. SoFi 759 down 29. GameStop under 14 now, 13.91 down 82 cents. On GameStop, I'm waiting for what is our friend Mr. Ryan Cohen going to do with regards to the $1.2 billion he's managing. What's he going to do with that money? We haven't heard yet. It's now the second month of the new year. He got the green light back in, December sometime, November? Nothing yet. Wouldn't it be also interesting if GameStop were to enter a capped call transaction financing deal? What if those guys wanted to do something? They could raise $2.5 billion. I bet you they could. Would that mean that 10 new analysts would follow GameStop stock instead of 3 existing analysts? Wouldn't that be interesting? That would give Cohen, $2.5 billion plus $1.2 billion. He'd have $3.7 billion in cash with no debt to do whatever he wanted with it. What would a Ryan Cohen do with $3.7 billion in cash? And of course, if the cap call transaction on GameStop was something like $20 a share conversion, if the stock trades at 25 with a cap at 30, don't think any of us have a problem with that, would we? $30 cap, that's like $120 way back when, 4 times, split 4 for 1. I have a feeling that he wouldn't do the deal down here. I would think that he'd want to announce something with his money move the market to $20, then announce a deal that would be convertible at maybe 30 with a 40 trigger and a $60 max or something like that, $240 good old day price. Maybe that would be more to his liking. I'm an easygoing guy. I'm happy to go with the flow here. You tell me the deal you want to do, and I'll probably enjoy it. By the way, we're at 1422 on GameStop. We just popped to 1422 while I was yapping. It had nothing to do with what I was saying. Okay, I'd like to take credit that I single-handedly moved GameStop from 1391 to 1422 in 3 minutes. I would love to. I did it. I'll take the heat. Yes, I did. It was me. Sure, it was me because I said so. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know. Let's see what they do with the dough. 1422 on GameStop. SoFi 763. We're a little better looking on SoFi now. The low of the day 758. We're now 763 on 6 million shares. Rocket Lab is up a tenth of a penny. We're at 398.5 on 2.1 million approximately so far this morning. Under 402, the broker's a buyer. Under 402, the broker could be a buyer. The writer of the contract is a buyer under 402 right now. That would be my hunch and take on this deal. And the question is, how many shares have they acquired in the 2+ days now that we've been going since the deal was announced? And how many do they need? I'm guessing a number of 140 million shares, but I don't know the number. I don't know. I don't know the number of shares that this represents. I don't have the fine print on it. But at $5.13 a share, $355 million, 69 million shares is required. And I think the broker long picked that up at 380, 390, 395. They've already got it, I think. So, we'll see. We'll watch it. Isn't this fun? I think this is fun. Let's see. Parker Ivy, Rocket Lab, roll into Jan 2025 from July for an additional $20 premium, $5 strike. Sounds good. Yeah, sure. You can do that. Absolutely. Those of you writing cash secured puts on Rocket Lab, take your positions and write the fives, write 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. Knock yourself out. Further out you go, the better I think you are. Take the premium, baby. Take cash from these guys. Why not? Giddy up, everybody. So much fun. So much fun. So much fun. Here's a headline question. My employer hires exclusively white managers and promotes people of questionable expertise. Is this a good or bad time to jump the ship? I don't even know why you're still there. Why are you even asking us this question? Get the hell out of there. Unbelievable. You have no upside. That's what they're doing. You have no upside there. Get out. BW JP Morgan's report reveals global hedge funds are still short on U.S. regional banking stocks, anticipating more turmoil. After New York Communities Bancorp earnings miss, hedge funds gained $1 billion. There you go. The good news for SoFi is that they're not in the regional banking business. They're not a regional bank. SoFi is a national bank. SoFi has customers from all 50 states. They don't have branches all over the place. They don't concentrate on Atlanta area real estate or Peoria or Seattle office towers. They are a national company with clients in every state with very high credit scores who want to borrow money from them. And their deposits are surging at 40+%. Their memberships are surging at 40+%. And there are a total of 51 million potential members available for SoFi to get, by the way. Those are the stats, the estimates. For the U.S. market alone, SoFi could secure 51 million people as members. They're at 7-something million right now. So 7-fold increase in memberships are available for SoFi. Everyone that becomes a member of SoFi opens up a checking account. They probably open up a savings account. They probably get a credit card. They likely open up a brokerage account. They might seek a loan or seek to consolidate existing loans by going to SoFi to put a loan package together. They become buyers and utilizers of many of their products, many of them. And SoFi is at 51 million potential members. Their cash flows and their earnings would be such that estimates are the stock could be 21 times more valuable than they are now. $165 a share is the guesstimate by 2030. That was according to an article I read this weekend, because I'm working 7 days a week for you guys. This SoFi is a bargain down here. Okay. BW, that wasn't posted to disparage SoFi. It was to alert that the other banks, not SoFi, their dares could be numbered. And I'm with you, BW. You're not disparaging SoFi at all. It's exactly right. You're telling us the state of the world with regard to regional banks. There are some regional banks that are rather larger than SoFi, but they're concentrated in Pittsburgh or New York or San Francisco or Miami or Dallas and Houston. They're regionals. Yes, there are regionals that have many billions more on deposit than SoFi does, because SoFi is the new kid in town, growing at 40% almost every quarter. They're growing massively. These regionals are not growing. They're shrinking. And so the bank ratings keep coming out every month or so. A new updated bank rating will come out. And you'll notice that SoFi's ranking will go in from the 70s to the 60th largest bank in America, to the 50th largest, to the 40th largest. They're going to just grow and grow and grow and grow. And they'll become larger than almost any regional bank out there with a national footprint. They're not affected by regional stuff. SoFi is not an office tower lender as a specialty. SoFi is not a real estate lender for single-family homes only. They do all kinds of transactions with retail clients and now business clients. And that's an area they're going to expand into big time. That's the growth curve coming as well, because what people keep forgetting about SoFi is they think, oh, well, they need all these small people to become members of SoFi to make SoFi a bona fide bank. What happens is you get the people first with $2 million of insurance per account, by the way, $2 million FDIC insurance on their deposit. And then you go after their small businesses, and then you go after the medium businesses, and then you go after larger businesses. This is the big picture. It's the big picture. But you got to start somewhere. And we're on the telephone here. We're talking about telephone banking, fintech banking. So you grab your 51 million clients, and then you grab their 20 million small businesses, and then you grab 5 million large businesses, and you become a $165 stock going to $300 a share. Hello. Yeah, simple as that. That's kind of what I'm talking about there. Kind of like SoFi. I like the stock. Rocket Lab, $4 a share right now, up 2.5 cents on 2.4 million. There's not a lot for sale coming in. Have you noticed that? The only way you can buy it under 402 is if someone sells it down there. 2.4 million traded. Well, Friday we traded 47 million. Where'd all the stock go? Why aren't people selling this stock? Did they see my video maybe? Maybe they're going, whoa, wait, why am I giving it away for? What am I doing that for? What, you crazy? This thing can go. Wouldn't that be something? Very interesting. Deep Value Options. Been a member for 29 months on this channel. Thank you, Bruce. I enjoyed my class and will be getting more soon. How about that, baby? You gotta love this. Thank you very, very much for being here. And I'm glad that you're part of the family. Gold Bagel level member. I invite any and all of you who want to let us know how long have you been members. We send the love to all of you. Those of you who are members of Chillin' with Uncle Bruce, Gold Bagel members, it's party time. It's time to make the dinero. Thank you all so very much. 100% love you guys. Thank you all so very much for your support of this YouTuber. 155 thumbs ups the last I saw. We might now be at 167 thumbs ups. Yes, 167 thumbs ups. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Keep them coming in. Just getting a message from a friend of mine here. Ren, I got your message. No, it's not Ren. Hang on. I wanted to double check. Who is this message from? Hang on. Come on. Update me here. Here we go. Trying to figure this out here. Yes, Ren, I got your message. And Ren, thank you for your message. I appreciate you got it. Well done. Also, I did get a donation yesterday from a viewer, and I'm not sure exactly what the viewer had in mind, and so I'm kind of sitting here going, I'm not quite sure what this meant. So I'm going to announce it here on the air because maybe the member is watching or the listener is watching and can help me out here. Where is that? Here it is right here. PayPal notified me yesterday. I think I'm okay. It's from, okay, I think I got it. All right, Ren, I think we're good. Thank you, my friend. And you've cleared this up for me all in one shot. You're wonderful. Sometimes people send me money, and I don't know. I don't know why they send me money. They just send me money, and I love it. I go, well, thank you. But then I think to myself, wait a minute, is this for a class? Is this someone trying to send me a donation saying, hey, I'd like to get a class, but they didn't tell me they want a class? It's just a donation. And there's no message. And with PayPal, I don't always get an email address so I can get back to you. So I'm sitting there going, send me an email, tell me what to do. There are some folks who will say to me, I just sent you a donation. Would you mind sending me class number, 15, because I can't get it on the website or whatever the issue is. I'm just going to buy it this way. It's all right. I thank you all, however you're doing it. And we'll go from there. Anyway, if you do want to buy any classes, you can send me an email directly. You can make donations through PayPal directly, or you can do it through the website. We'll get you looked after. Okay, fair enough. Some of you I know will contact me and say, Bruce, I want to buy 6 classes in a shot. I don't want to do it on the website one by one. Can I just order them through you personally? Yes, you can do that, and we'll set you up. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here and joining us this morning. Welcome to the Nakatomi Tower, where we're having all kinds of fun, although we're the ones in bare feet trying to figure out what's going on. Thank you all for being part of this gang of regulars. Love that you're all here. And, thank you all for appreciate you. Part of this gang of regulars. See there, I just said it again. 177 thumbs ups already, 23 away from 200. Thank you. We've got a bunch of you watching this morning, which is great. 276 of you are here. Welcome, all of you. If you're new to the channel, I try to explain the markets in plain English and educate you how you can make money writing options against stock you either have or ETFs or against options you own. If you have deep in the money options, you can write options against options. Those are called poor man covered call options. So we have a class on that. I also talked to you about how we're trying to help you how to do rollovers. If you've written options, but the market has gone up on you and those calls you wrote are getting a little too high and you're not comfortable with where you wrote at and where the stock is coming to, we have rollover scenarios. We have solutions to problems like this that can make you actually more money. You want to reach out to me for that. You can do a one-on-one with me. If you want to have a private session with me on camera alone, I offer one-on-one consultations. Just send me an email and say, Uncle Bruce, I need to get together with you for a one-on-one. Then we'll figure out when we can do it. We can do it during market hours if you like. If you need to do a rollover trade or you're thinking of adjusting your portfolio and you want to talk to me about it while the market is actually open so you can kind of hold your hand while you do your trading. I'll try to guide you and give you an idea of what you could do, what your options are, here are your choices. You may want to do a one-on-one with me for that. So it's up to you guys. For some of you out there, you like to contact me and say, Bruce, there are 3 of us here or 4 of us or 2 of us that would like to have a one-on-one with you. We do kind of similar trading, or I'd like to get my dad involved with this. I'm a viewer. My dad is a noob. I'd like to invite him in. We can do that. We can do a 1-on-2 or 1-on-3. You and your mom or your brother-in-law, your best friend, coworker, whatever. So if you want to split the cost of a one-on-one session with someone else and then get the two of you together to join with me, we can do that too. You let me know. We'll figure you out. We'll get you done. All right. Thank you, everybody. What else? What else is going on? Willie saying, hi, people. SoFi, 5 to 7, 18 to 20 Iron Condor. Can someone please share their opinion? Thank you. Okay. Well, what do you folks think about an Iron Condor on SoFi with a 5-7 put contracts and 18-20 call contracts? I don't know if there's any room on that contract. How far out you have to go to get any kind of credit, I don't know. Someone will have to look at it. These would be a June 21. So these would be June contracts, 5 to 7 on the puts and 18 to 20 on the calls. You viewers out there, go to your option chain and take a look at those contracts, and you let me know what you think about those trades. Would they make any sense at all? Interesting. You'd write a $7 put and buy a $5 put, and then write a $18 call and buy a $20 call. Is there liquidity, credit, on the upside to a deal like that for June 21 expiry? You guys let me know what you think. You took the classes. You tell the prof what you think. There's your assignment for the day. Down 179 on the Dow, 9 points lower on S&P, 29 points lower on the NASDAQ market. And we got oil down 87 cents now. Oil is really coming back to where we were this morning before we opened. We're at 71.42 and falling on oil. Very interesting to see that going on. Very interesting. The VIX is up to 1406. Interesting on that too. All right. Small Chinese cap stocks are under pressure because Trump threatens a renewed trade war with an up to a 60% tariff on all Chinese imports. Do you know what that would mean to all Americans in the United States? Do you have any idea what would happen at your local Walmart, Target, Costco store, your local dress shop, any clothier? Any idea about all the cosmetics you folks buy? Anything in your drugstore, all your medications that are pharmaceuticals made in China? Do you have any idea the price increases that you would be hit with at the retail level in the United States of America if it were to impose a 60% tariff on all Chinese imports? The United States would be put into a recession in 15 minutes because the amount of crap we buy from China, and it isn't all crap, will skyrocket in price. Because you got to understand something. If you want to buy something at Walmart, okay, Walmart first has to buy it from the Chinese producer of said product. The Chinese producer produces a spatula and produces a zillion of them, puts them in boxes to the United States for Walmart. The shipment has a value added to it. There's the landed value of the spatula lands at the U.S. border at the port, maybe the port of Los Angeles. The U.S. customs officials are going to charge a 60% tariff on the value of that item, which includes the shipping, by the way. Landed cost includes shipping. So it's a 60% tariff on the net landed cost of said item. Then it goes into a truck from the container, ultimately to a warehouse for Walmart, and they divvy them up into all their stores, and trucks deliver the spatulas to all the Walmarts across the USA. Then the spatulas are marked up by Walmart for a profit based on their cost. Well, the markup is on top of the 60% tariff markup to you, the consumer. So the spatula that was $2.99, $4.99 last week is now $9.99 this week. Are you going to pay $9.99 for a $4.99 spatula? Or are you going to buy a vacuum cleaner, a Hoover vacuum cleaner that was $59.99 last week, that is now $119.99 this week? You might put that off for a little bit of time. A coffee maker, a waffle maker, a sewing machine. How about a flat screen television? How would you like to go to your favorite Costco store? Look at those big fat 85-inch widescreen televisions. Last week they were $9.99. This week $19.99, courtesy of the Trump administration. Where do you think the 60% money goes? It doesn't go to China. It goes to the U.S. Treasury. That's called a tax increase on every American for everything you buy. Just to kind of give it a perspective. Right now, there's a 10% tariff built into a zillion items in the U.S. Americans absorbed that and kind of took it, But a 60% increase, that will cause a retail recession. Every piece of clothing at any retail store will be probably double the price, instantaneously, double the price. That is a retail recession. You will see stores go under that are on thin margins trying to get by. They won't make it. That is a self-inflicted wound on America itself. China, sure, they'll see lower sales. Yeah, of course. But Americans will see catastrophic effects. But I'm just saying. The Dow's down 250 points in reaction to this kind of comment. Maybe, maybe not. Interest rates high as they are high enough. Now, of course, if you could induce a recession into the United States by doing this kind of a stunt, well, then interest rates will go down. But won't that? Who gives a crap? You can now borrow money for 2% less for a car, but you got laid off last week from your job. You're not buying a car. So what do interest rates do? What does it matter? Nothing. Splair is saying the $6 and $7 puts are 41 and 78 cents. Splair, the $18 and $20 calls same day, 3 cents, maybe 5 cents. Colton, that'll teach us a good lesson to make our damn stuff here. Call side 0 volume there on June 21. Splair, don't you have to come up with that in case with the $300 credit? Splair to receive $130 maybe? Stephen, I agree with Bruce. Import tariff tax is on the consumer. It's not a tax on the exporter or importer. They forget the Boston Tea Party was on the tax on tea imported. Don't tax imports. You are raising taxes on yourself. That is correct. Spare. Or am I wrong? Because one written put, one bought. The eyes counted. Worse. Why not? Spare. It's written. Lorraine, I believe he's just throwing out red meat for votes. I think you're right. Correction, red. Spare. The ask is just 3 and the bid is 12 cents. There's nothing there. Sorry, the first bid, then the ask. There you go. Cheers, everybody, welcome to the party. We're down 263 on the Dow now. We're down 19 on S&P. We're down 60 on NASDAQ. If there is a talk of a 60% tariff on all Chinese imports, you are going to see some serious, you know what, because that means the speedometer just hit 88 miles an hour. Will this bring China to its knees and desperately wish the U.S. to negotiate with it? Hardly. You think the Chinese play that game? Tit for tat, baby. They will cut off all U.S. imports into their country. They will put a 60% tariff on anything American going to China, which means even more job losses for Americans. So America is a consumer-driven economy. Americans buy stuff, okay? Have you looked in a closet in your house lately? Have you looked in your garage? Have you looked at storage units in America? Americans buy stuff, okay? And if stuff is way more expensive to buy, they will buy less of it because Americans don't have a lot of cash lying around unless they're option writers on this channel. And so the majority of Americans will not be able to buy as much stuff as before. That's going to be a problem. And when it comes to medications, and this is the little thing that no one talks about, pharmaceuticals. Do you have any idea? Do you have any concept how many hundreds of billions of dollars of medical medicines come into America every year, every month? Not only the drugs, the equipment, syringes, anything to do with medical, anything. It's made in China. It's made under license in China for American consumers and European and elsewhere. It's going to be it would be a disaster, an absolute domestic disaster. Healthcare costs will surge Premiums on health insurance will surge. Deductibles will go up. They'll be doubled. It would be catastrophically bad, really bad. Again, I'm just saying. I don't know. Jared, I'd move the SoFi Iron Condors mentioned above to 5/8 calls and 11/16 puts. That brings in 99 cents a contract, 137 days. That's a nice position. The 1802 puts only brings in a few cents. Looks like 2 or 3 cents. JR 18 to 20. All right. Splair, same with the calls, almost worthless. Splair, but much more value if you mean the June puts. There you go. All right. Uber is up 32 cents with the market off 276 points. Why is Uber up 33 cents when the entire market is off? What's going on with Uber? Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Spiders are down 215. Qs are down 150. SoFi down 38 cents to 750. GameStop 14.10 down 63 cents. Rocket Lab up 3 cents. Why is Rocket Lab up 3 cents on a day like today? $4 a share. Rocket Lab volume is now 2.8 million. Nothing coming in for sale. Interesting. Yeah. SoFi volume, by the way, is 11.4 million at 751. The low of the day, 749. GameStop volume, 869,000 at 14.10. All right. Apple up 150. Enphase down 768, down to $94 a share. AMD down 224. Adobe down 611 at 628 a share. Netflix up 396. Nvidia holding a $24 gain at 686. The high of the day, 694. 694 high of the day. 90 time PE multiple even now. 90 times PE multiple. Still running. Tesla down 663. What else we got? Unity down $1.24. Google up 275. Moderna down 259. Cisco down 47 cents. Pfizer down 32. IBM down $1.50. HPQ down 46. Microsoft down 430. By the way, how much would an iPhone cost at the Apple Store? The Pro Max, the 15 Pro Max. What was that? Is that a $1,200 phone? $1,100 phone? I don't remember. I don't know Apple's prices off by heart because, I'm not a buyer of this product every week. Just add at least double a price for the product. So every item in an Apple store would be 100% more expensive with a 60% tariff increase, anything made in China. Just put that in your thought bracket right there. Okay, Amazon down 274. Okay. What else is going on? Target is down 250. JP Morgan down $1.20. Costco down 170. Walmart down 92. Yeah, Royal Caribbean down $1. There's the story. Does Trump get elected and impose a 60% tariff on Chinese imports? Whoa. I'll tell you what will happen in Canada. If Canada doesn't impose a 60% tariff, and why would they? They would import goods from China, like they always do. And guess how many Americans will line up at the Canadian border to go shopping in Canada? From Buffalo, from Detroit, Montreal, over by Seattle. They'll come into Canada in droves. There will be Americans who will plan holidays in their RVs for the summertime in Canada, buying up all kinds of stuff. Like their RVs will come to Canada with no dishes in them, no forks, knives, or spoons, no towels, no bedding. And they will go to Costco Canada. They'll go to Walmart Canada locations, and they will load up on goods in Canada with their RVs. Vacation for a week or 2 or 3, whatever they want to do, head back to America with all this stuff, and this will replace all their household stuff because all the RV stuff was stashed in the house. They came to Canada empty, loaded up with all kinds of housewares, back to the U.S., took the stuff and switched it from the RV to the house. And they have the new bedding in the house, the new forks, knives, and spoons, and bought at half the price in Canada. For Canadian retailers, the greatest bonanza of all time. Canada's economy will surge. Mexico's economy will surge. Can you imagine how many Americans will cross the border in San Diego, across Texas, across the U.S. border in Mexico to go to Mexico to buy imported Chinese goods without the 60% duty? Donald Trump will have just created the greatest gift Canada and Mexico could ever have received from America. And we say thank you very much, Mr. Orangey. We appreciate you. You keep up that smart thinking of yours. Unbelievable. Anyway, there you go. Oh, Lord. Splair, who buys a $20 SoFi strike put at $12 when the stock's at $7 anyway? Savage of Wall Street, SoFi is dead. JR, gamblers, Savage of Wall Street. I hope you guys wrote lots of covered calls on SoFi last week. I was a bit more late covering. Don't fight the trends. JR, wow, the Tesla paper getting cheaper. JR, about to break below 180. BW, it appears that Google, NVIDIA, and LLY are the chosen ones to prop the markets from going lower today. That is the power of the first $2 trillion market cap companies to hold things here. The lowers insanity. Okay. I just keep picking up Tesla, hoping to soon write 2 covered calls at a time. Slayer, for premium, I bought 2 GameStop $20 strikes with some time to close them, a little run up during next week. JR, yeah, write some tariffs on China. That'll teach him a lesson. Savage, Trump making Mexico great again. They have universal health care now in Mexico thanks to the USA. Sell my house fast. I wrote SoFi late Friday, $8 strike expiring March 22. Got 69 cents. My stink is now in for 44 cents. Thank you very much. Well, you're chasing pennies, and it's all right. If you're watching the market closely and you have enough volume, you can trade. You can chase pennies. Absolutely, can be done. Rocket Lab 401 up 3 cents, 3.5 cents. Rocket Lab volume 2.98 million, just under 3 million shares. SoFi 751 down 37 cents. Low of the day 749 on 12.6 million. GameStop is 1410 down 63 cents. Low of the day 1388 on 930,000 shares. Uber up 21 cents. The Dow down 336, and Uber is at its 52-week high. Uber at its 52-week high, the Dow down 300 plus points. Why would Uber be doing so well? Isn't that interesting? I wonder what's going on there. Down 26 on S&P, down 84 on NASDAQ, half a percentage point on both of those now. Oil down 60 cents a barrel. That is the story. Since Mr. Powell appeared on 60 Minutes last night, the U.S. interest rates are going up. The 10-year Treasury now 4.159% higher, because the realization among bond traders is that 6 interest rate cuts that were supposed to start now are not happening. 5 interest rate cuts starting in March is not happening. 4 interest rate cuts starting in May might not happen. 3 interest rate cuts maybe will happen starting in June. No interest rate cuts for 5 more months. If inflation pops up at all to 3.5%, 4% in the next 5 months, you can wipe off any interest rate cuts in all of 2024. This market went up big time in November, December, based on the thinking that there could be 3 to 6 interest rate cuts. And there might not be any. Oops. Now what? Now what, ladies and gentlemen? We have the lowest unemployment rate over the last year and a half, 2 years in recorded history. You know why. Job openings, 9 million. Job openings can't get filled. The economy is too strong in the U.S. for interest rates to go down. Why is the economy as strong as it is? Who in the heck is president of the United States making this happen? Europe is in a real mess, and the United States is thriving. It's unbelievable. It really is. It really is something. 399.5 on Rocket Lab right now. So far today. That's the Rocket Lab story. I'm sticking to it. Now 401 or something like that, up 3.5 cents. Okay, welcome to the party, pals. I'm glad you're here. We're watching a lot of stuff. If you've written calls, you got to be happy campers. If you've written credit spreads on call credit spreads in the last little while, if you've rolled over credit spreads in the last week or two, you're finally getting a bit of a reward here and there. You're beginning to see results. And I say, congratulations on doing rollovers. This is how you get paid off nicely. ISM data shows U.S. economy perking up early in the new year. Dow skids as Wall Street reacts to Powell's signal of Fed rate policy patience. The Fed is in no hurry to cut interest rates. None whatsoever. And they're not going to do it. How about that? Oh, my. Snap to slash 10% of staff as tech layoffs continue. Well, don't worry. There's 9 million openings. You know what else is happening out there? Bosses of companies where they're telling employees, you better come back to the office or you can just forget about your job, are finding out that employees would rather forget about their jobs. And they're saying, screw you, we're not coming back. We're staying at home. We're going to work from home. I have 20 job offers right here on my computer to work from home. I don't even have to work for a corporation to be employed. I can consult myself out by the hour at triple the rate you pay me as a consultant. Why would I come back to your measly organization where I have no hope for an advancement? I've received for the last 7 years 2% and 3% pay increases when I even get one, and you're telling me how lucky I am to be part of your organization. Well, sayonara, pal. See you on the other side, Ray. I got another party I'm going to. It's called the stay-at-home, work-from-home party. I don't need your crap. Don't threaten me with a job loss, pal. I don't need your crap. It's amazing. I am so proud of people who are telling bosses to stuff it. The party is over for these guys. The power has shifted. Unions are getting 5, 7, 8%, 10% pay increases because they too know they can't replace us. They lay us all off. They can't replace us like that because there are 9 million job openings right now. If we get knocked off, we can go over here, over there. And many Americans are figuring out, I never realized it, but even I can work from home. A lot of people couldn't figure out that they could work from home until they had to. Now that they've been doing it, they're going, well, why would I go back to that crap? Sitting in that cubicle beside that person over there who I can't stand, talks to their girlfriend or boyfriend all the time or doesn't do their end of the bargain, and I get blamed for my department's inefficiency because these people around me are so underpaid and undermotivated, they'll never work hard enough to get our quotas done. Why would I do that? The new normal, kids. Welcome to the party, pal. Unbelievable. Thank you all for being here. Isn't this fun? Blair, I took almost the $300 a call and bought 2 for $110 when I saw that little 10% spread between bid and ask. Sell my house. Hey, check out New York City where the illegal invaders are beating police officers in public and don't get prosecuted. You are right, Bruce. This president is fabulous. I don't think Marlborough was fond of the situation. My hunch, I could be wrong, but maybe I'm misreading the comment. Legal invaders, laugh out loud. Sounds like an 80s arcade game. Yeah, like, anyone that is afraid of immigrants coming into your country, you're missing the point. You're missing it all. The United States could stop illegal immigration like that. Just like that. The House, the Senate, and the White House, they only have to make one little deal. One deal. That's all it would take. You would stop illegal immigration almost instantaneously. Do you want to know what it is? Simple. You offer work permits to immigrants in their home countries, not coming to America to apply. No. You apply for a work permit in your home country. The work permit allows you to come to the United States for, say, a year or 2 years or 3 years. It allows you to come and go. It allows you to come into the U.S. and work, and you get a 2-week holiday. You go home, go wherever you want. You come back to the U.S. You got your work permit. You're never going to become an American citizen. It's not allowing you that. It allows you to work in the U.S. It allows you to leave your wife and children at home so that you can come into the U.S., work, send them money, however you want to send it, PayPal, Western Union. It allows them to come and visit you in theory, but in reality, you'll go home to them because they're going to stay home. They can stay home because they can pay the bills at home, keep the house going, stay with mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, brothers, uncles, cousins. There'll be members of the family that'll come to the U.S. and come to work, but then they'll return freely, knowing they can go back into the U.S. whenever they go back to work. They pay for the work permit. It's a cost factor. They get deducted taxes. And in the United States, they get deducted Social Security and all these taxes, and they get the Social Security transferred to their national government to their pension. This will give them a pension in their country. Down the road, it'll go towards their pension. That's how you stop illegal immigration. Because right now, people are showing up at the border just desperate to come in, and they'll work under the table for cash any way they can because they're afraid of how bad it is back home. Desperados. You will stop the desperado train right now. There will be no need to sneak across the border. You can literally walk through the border. The only people that won't be allowed in are those with criminal records. If you're a convicted murderer in Guatemala, you're not going to get a work permit, so you're going to have to try to sneak in. So the border police will go after those guys. But mothers and children, they're not going to come across the border. No, they don't need to come across the border. They'll stay back home. And they'll be looked after, and dad can come home to visit whenever. That's how you stop illegal immigration. You allow millions of people to come into the States. The other way you curb illegal immigration is, as a country, you invest in industries and make it so juicy for American corporations to set up plants and distribution centers, job centers in Guatemala, in Costa Rica, in Mexico, in El Salvador, in Latin America. You encourage American business to expand into Latin America with duty-free free trade arrangements. Right now we have a Mexican, Canadian, American free trade pact. Expand that to conclude all of Latin America under certain terms and conditions, and you will allow free trade of goods throughout the region, making the region economically stronger, because together we're stronger, and allow work permits back and forth. So Americans can retire or work in Costa Rica as a nomad if they want and not fear being there illegally. And they don't have to get a visa. They don't have to pay for a passport. They don't have to renounce their citizenship. This is how you stop illegal immigration. You make it easier to cross the border on a legal basis so that those who do come in to make money and grow the U.S. economy. So if American companies can hire 5 million people in the next year or two that clearly are needed on the farms and in slaughterhouses and in janitorial positions and software creators and whatever the position they got, whatever skill you have, great, let them do so. That allows Americans to move up to higher positions and or retire early and get paid out because Social Security is being funded with 5 million more workers. There's 5 million more people contributing to the Social Security fund and the income tax department. It's just a grow scenario. You grow the economy larger and you solve illegal immigration that way. So rather than desperately trying to escape poverty, you're going to work and roll dollars back to the country to eliminate poverty. Share the wealth, expand the wealth, grow the wealth. That's how you solve illegal immigration. You don't shut it down. You open it up, but you don't let anyone in. That's the key. In the meantime, you offer amnesty to those who are here, and they can go back home without any fear of retribution, all that stuff. But in a year or two, like I said, the only folks who can get work are legal work permit holders. So anyone who's here will apply for a work permit. If you qualify, you get it. You can stay. But if you don't qualify for it, you got to go. Now, let ICE deport those who don't have work permits. Yes, of course. It doesn't eliminate ICE. It clears out those who are not supposed to be here, but it has a definitive line. There's a line as to who goes back and who doesn't. And those who know in the families, they realize, you know what? Dad's here. 3 sons are here. They're all working. They all got work permits. Mom and the kids can go back home in with an airfare, no problem, and they can return home and they get monthly income from dad and the brothers and the sons. This is how the family unit becomes about. Is it an overnight solution? No. Is it a one and done, everything's solved overnight? No. No, this takes time. That's the problem, though. This isn't a one and done solution. And it requires all the political people to agree, which can't be done, because one party will convince the other party within. They'll go, oh, well, if we approve this, it makes them look good. Oh, if we approve this, it makes them look good. Oh, we can't have that. We can't have anyone look good here. Only we should look good, and everyone else should look bad. There you go. And so nothing gets done. The can gets kicked down the road. Nothing gets done. And so you have the problem you have. Whatever the problem is, it continues. And no one is putting up a solution like that. Have you seen a single politician running for office suggest this? No way. No way, because the naysayers are ready to pounce. You're easy on immigrants. You're allowing them in here. I feel like Bill Barr. It's too much fun, kids. What can I say? Oh, man. Farmers. Now, I like that immigration idea you have, Bruce. We disagree some, but definitely agree with that. Let's see. What else is going on? Uncle Bruce for president. They're here already, says Lorraine. That's true. They are here already. And but there are more coming, Lorraine. Many, many more coming. Back in Reagan's day, in the President Reagan's time, I think it was 83, 82, I can't remember the year, he signed an amnesty thing. It might have been the year after he won re-election. It might have been the first year of a second term, because he's a lame duck anyway after that. He did the amnesty deal and allowed 14 million illegal immigrants to become bona fide legal. That was the greatest make-work project America ever gave itself. It allowed 14 million people to now buy cars, get car insurance, get licenses, pay taxes, be hired legally, pay into the Social Security net, grow economically. And you had the whole demographic of people, from the very successful to the losers, all lift themselves up. And they all started contributing to the American economy rather than taking from the American economy or working illegally under the table. And now you had people openly working for real paychecks with real taxes deducted. And that was a win for the federal government, a win for every state. Texas was a winner. California was a winner. Overall, it was an economic win. But it's impossible to politically pass these days, because today's politics doesn't allow winning, only pain and losing. Sorry. We can't let that person look good. We can't do that. In any event, what can I say? Yes, there are, so I see some of you commenting, the Chinese are involved here with secret police stations and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Decades. You think this is new? Think again, kids. If you don't think that other countries watch their citizens, think again. Yes. If you don't think your own government watches you, think again. What do you think the CIA and FBI do? Canada has CSIS. Canadians are spied on by their own government. Same with Americans. Think again. It's there. Get real. Anyway, I'm just trying to help you make money. What can I say? Thank you all so much for being with me today. It's great to have you here. I hope you don't mind the Rocket Lab story. I harped on it a little bit. I'm going to be watching for these capped call transactions. I'm going to be watching for these. I have a suspicion we're going to see a lot more of this. I think this is a very, very successful program for Wall Street. I think this is a wonderful way of Wall Street to make a lot of money. This is a great way for companies to raise money. This is a great deal for existing shareholders of a company that gets into a deal like this. And I think this is a way for institutional investors who are sitting on $8 trillion in cash that are trying to get a return on it to put some of it into the equity market. This is a win-win-win. For option writers, oh my God, option writers, you guys are going to cash in unbelievably. You could be writing put credit spreads right now on Uber. You could be writing put credit spreads on Uber all you want. It's not going down. It's going up. And those puts will die worthless. Easy money. There's 1.7 billion reasons why Uber stock will go higher. There are 355 million reasons why Rocket Lab stock will go higher. And there'll be more coming. There will soon be hundreds of billions of reasons why a lot of stocks will go higher through these arrangements. Just watch. Mark my words. You are going to see a lot of this. Thank you all for being part of this channel today and hanging out with this gang of regulars of mine. I so appreciate you all. I can't tell you what you mean to me. The thumbs up meter, I do appreciate it. Would love to see 200 hit. We're at 199 right now. If anyone out there can find a thumbs up button, hit it now and help us out and get us over 200 thumbs ups. That would be much appreciated. And have a great rest of your day. Keep an eye on the markets, everybody, and see how they treat you. And hopefully you will see more dinero trickle into your account. Thank you again for all of it. There it is, number 200. There it goes. 200 thumbs up just came in. We have lots to follow here. It'll be a busy week as usual. We'll watch this Rocket Lab deal close tomorrow sometime. And starting Wednesday, let's see what the stock does. I don't think we're going lower. I don't think so. Limited time offer to get in there. SoFi, $7.53 on sale. Bargoon City. Make your move. I like the stock. Low of $7.45. We're now $7.53 on just 16 million SoFi shares. There's nothing coming in for sale. GameStop, $13.98 again, down 75 on 1.2 million shares. Waiting for Mr. Cohen to tell us what is he doing with his dough. And wouldn't it be interesting if GameStop got into a capped call transaction? SoFi 2, Smart Rent, and Matterport. Wouldn't that be fun? Just from our point of view. I mean, I'm just being greedy for you guys, talking about what we talk about here. Well, we'll see how it goes. Uber's up 14 cents. The Dow's down 345. The S&P's down 28.8. The Nasdaq's down 103. Oil is down 72 cents right now. So oil is at 71.56, threatening $70. We're down two-thirds of a point on NASDAQ, 0.6 of a percentage point on S&P. We're down almost 1% on the Dow. That is what is going on right now. Thank you all so much. BW, Google is failing after a 1-hour buy frenzy, roped in the gamblers, juiced the premiums, and now they sink it, not personal business. Oh, and DXY and the US 10-year are on the rise too. Risk off. Luke, neat. A bunch of logos there, a bunch of emojis. Melvin, the same thing. We must honor the Knights of Knee. Before we shut this show down, we must remember to honor the Knights of Knee. Otherwise, we're just kidding ourselves that these markets are going our direction because it's magic. That's not true. Markets do what they do because of the power of the Knights of Knee. And those of you who are regulars on this channel, you know exactly what we're talking about. You know it's true. You know it's for real. There are doubters. And then there are those who watch this channel and go, those guys are crazy. And they're right. We are insane. We're making insane money from a stock market that just gyrates like you can't believe. And so the Knights of Knee must be honored because they're partially responsible for it, because there are people out there who do not honor the Knights of Knee and will pay dearly for not doing so. If you don't believe me, watch the movie, Search for the Holy Grail, and you'll see for yourself. Parker knows what I'm talking about. Larry knows what I'm talking about. Splair knows. Dude knows exactly what we're talking about here. Corinne knows. TJ, all over it. Mandu number 5, baby. Don't think Mandu doesn't know what's going on. D.A. Truda knows exactly what's happening in the background. The big E is here with the big Z at the end. Yes, baby. Farmela's neat. Marcus is hitting the knee emojis, and Touchgrass knows neat. That's right. Open your windows. Yell at the top of your lungs. Neat. And the markets will take good care of you. Your neighbors will think you're nuts, but you're the one getting richer. Don't forget that. And of course, isn't it true that most rich people are crazy? I would think so. We know of many. We've heard stories of many crazy millionaires and billionaires. I mean, look at Elon Musk. He's out of his freaking mind. Yeah, baby. BW, will the power of the V come into play on Spider? Happens every time it gets to silly off. Yep, that's a new word. NVIDIA dropping like a falling knife. Don't try and catch it, Bruce. Don't try, you kids. NVIDIA right now is $680 a share after hitting a 695 at 694.97. So let's call it 695. We're down $15 on NVIDIA here. Interesting. Some people have told me they've rolled their NVIDIA contracts. Oh, are you smiling now? I would say so. Dude, Uncle Bruce, here's $5 donation for Uncle Bruce for president, Splair TV for VP. Well, thank you very much. Pat Man, neat. Thank you, Hector. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. There you go. Giddy up, everybody. The immigration problem has been solved. You don't even have to address the immigrant legislation. All you need to do is introduce a national work permit program that allows people from certain countries, certain regions to come in. And there are certain rules to qualify for the permit. You have to put in a $100 fee to apply, or $200 fee goes towards a $1,000 cost for 2 or 3 years. And every 2 or 3 years, you have to reapply for it. Easy money for America, baby. Tons of workers coming in willing to slave away. Man, it's tailor-made for the United States. You couldn't ask for anything better. I don't know why Canada doesn't have this. Canada could be doing this and putting together a national housing program to house people that need housing. The revenues from the tax department would be massive. It would just easily afford it. But I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not a politician. I don't care about running for re-election. That's the issue, isn't it? Lame duck. Neat. BW. SoFi 750 is someone's group tonight. Sellers will buy when below there. So the shorts are short of a pickle, a gold bagel pickle, as it were. There you go, BW. SoFi 748 down 40 cents. Rocket Lab 402 up 4.5 cents. The Dow off 360, and Uber's up 15 cents at the high of the year. That's interesting. Yes, it is. SoFi 17 million shares. Rocket Lab now 3.9 million. Yeah, it's going to have more than a normal day here at 402 max. Interesting stuff. Congratulations, all of you who are taking a run at it. I wish you a great day today. Thank you for joining me as usual. It's great to have you here. Thanks for the thumbs ups on this show, the video I made, last week's shows. You're awesome. Thank you and congratulations, new members. Welcome to the party, pal. We'll see you here tomorrow morning, first thing, 8 o'clock for Gold Bagel members, 8:30 for all the rest of you out there. And don't forget Wednesday night, Prime Time Live, 7 o'clock Eastern Time with your buddy Uncle Bruce. Here we go. JR, just think of all the tax monies the U.S. could gain by giving out those permits. Oh, yeah, billions. You could lay off gazillions of border workers. You could tell the Army to go back to their thing. Uh-oh. The door just opened behind me. Hang on a second. Oh, someone's coming in the room. What's happening? Oh, my God. For those of you sticking around, oh, my.
I know.
What a treat.
I was coming, and then I heard you saying goodbye, and I thought I'm too late.
Well, Auntie Jen, how are you?
I'm good. I can't stand here for very long.
She can't stand here for very long. It's not that she doesn't like you. She just can't stand
and the
for
only
very
chair
long.
is so far away.
That's true. That's true. The couch is way over there. So she's here. Wave at everybody. Hi, everybody.
Yep,
there she is. Jen is here.
The hand.
People are asking, how's Jen doing?
Jen's doing really well. Just did my morning exercises. My range of motion is great. My strength is great. The incision is great. So much different than last year.
We have this, Jen has this machine that she had to buy at the hospital.
Polar ice wave
machine. It looks like a cooler.
Yeah,
with a hose coming out of it that snaps into a pad that you Velcro around you, especially around your hip area, and it runs cold water through this pad, through all these wires, all these tubes, I guess, and then it works like a
like a blood pressure,
machine. It sort of tightens and loosens, and the water goes through. It's incredible to reduce swelling.
It keeps the swelling down.
Last year, Jen was using it.
And
she was using it last year 24/7, 20 hours a day. She would have it on her. This year, now, 4 hours a day? 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
Maybe 4 hours a day is all she needs.
I'll be going and putting it on right now because I just exercised, so it's a little sore.
That's an indication of how well she's doing. It's
And
incredible.
the difference in the bruising from last year to this year.
That's right. Richard is saying, good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good
We
morning,
have
Richie.
Mandu number 5 saying hi. TJ is saying hi. Larry Titus, BW, Touch Grass.
Right.
Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen. AR Aaron. JR, of course. BW.
JR.
Auntie Jen, very proud of you. Polar Ice Wave is the best. Speeds up recovery
good.
like a breeze. No more ice packs that get warm and back to the ice box to freeze again.
When you put ice on your skin, you can only leave it on for 20 minutes because you freeze your skin. This stuff only goes down to 40 degrees. You can leave it on for weeks.
That's right. Farmless Auntie Jen looks taller. She must have gained an inch or two.
She must
tower over you.
5 millimeters.
She's towering over me. Towering over me. Dude, Auntie Jen. Parker, good morning, Auntie Jen. BW, Spider, Parker. And down she goes. That's what she said. There you go. And Bobby Atkinson, hello, Auntie Jen. The market is down 420 on the Dow right now. 1%.
Down 420.
S&P down 39. NASDAQ down 153. Oil down 64. Down they go. Rocket Lab is up. And
Rocket Lab still can't get over that ceiling.
It's funny. Rocket Lab is up and Uber's up.
That's weird.
Yeah, these are two stocks I talked about on that video yesterday. Oh, those capped call transactions.
Capped call transactions. This is why someone gets paid the big bucks.
Fascinating.
We're going to raise all this money. We're going to do it by releasing all these. Oh, no, we're not. We're not. There's no dilution.
If Spock were here, he'd be saying, fascinating, Captain.
Fascinating is right.
Fascinating, Captain. Yes.
We have been talking this nonstop for the weekend.
Bobby Atkinson says, FYI, ME report after the close today. That should be interesting.
There you go.
And BW, Tesla getting hammered so far. There you go. We've got Apple up 40 cents. But Enphase is down $7.90, AMD down $5.86, Adobe down $9, Netflix down $6.30, Nvidia only up $13.95. We're up $28. Tesla down $12.25. Kaboom! Swear, thank you, Bobby. That's good info on ME. Farmela, speaking of polar forces, Auntie Jen, I saw a video of groundhogs doing curling, and I thought of you.
Groundhogs were they curling with groundhogs, or did the groundhogs have
was it sunny or cloudy? Zed Estate. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Zed.
Good morning, Zed.
It's great to see you.
I hope you're staying dry.
Yes.
Up in your part of the country.
Up in Kelowna, I hope. Well, I hope Kelowna is getting a lot of rain, actually.
Yes.
We're hoping that the interior of British Columbia is getting soaked with snow and rain. Forest fires. Yeah. We need the northwest of the U.S. to get hammered with water.
And in California, too.
Yes.
Get that rain up into
Stop
high
those
deserts.
Forest fires. Yeah. I'm hoping that this is going to be a big year for that.
We've got hurricane winds and rain on the west. We've got snow.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, is there snow on the East Coast?
Yes, there is.
They're just getting nailed.
Unbelievable.
Cape Breton is just...
Oh, Nova Scotia, Canada getting hammered.
Closed.
Absolutely getting hammered.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, kids, Jen and I, on behalf of Jen and I, we want to say thank you.
I need him to put the polar ice on.
I have to go and put the polar ice machine on for Auntie Jen. I got to get the ice cubes in there, frozen bottles of water, and get Jen hooked up.
He's a very good assistant.
We're working on getting her better, and she is. Thank you all for being here. Welcome new members.
The crazy drugs are gone. So
the crazy drugs are gone. Welcome new members. Welcome new subscribers. Welcome thumbs uppers.
Everybody.
Thank you for all of you taking classes and signing up the last week or two. Keep it going. Learn how to write options. Get smarter. Join us here tomorrow morning. We'll be back on and see if we can help you get richer.
And hear what he says. Right options.
Right options. Don't be buying options. Buy them. No. Write them. That's right. Get richer, baby. Okay. That's it from Palm Desert, California. We'll see you here first thing tomorrow morning. Thank you again for your support. Have a wonderful day. Let's make a bunch of money this week, you guys. You deserve it.
That's right. Go get them.
Go get them, Ray. That's your whole plan. Get her.
Leave them nothing.
Leave them nothing. That's right. To quote our friend Credit Savage, leave them nothing. That's right.
That was such a good shirt.
That was fun. Larry Titus, have a good one. Auntie Jen and Uncle Bruce. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Larry.
We'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Keep your eyes open for any kind of videos. So we'll try to keep you posted on what's going on. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody, have a good one from Palm Desert. Bye-bye.
Bye.